Well, hello there. This is Dr. David Chan coming from Ridgefield, Washington. Anyway, so what we're going to do here with this demonstration here, I'm going to use OMNICHROMA to restore this diastema we see here. As you can see, there's a diastema on the left central incisor, and we're going to go ahead and get that seamlessly closed up. So for this exercise, all I'm going to need here is OMNICHROMA. And I'm going to use the paste because I'm going to utilize the pull-through techniques to do this. So to do this first, I need to build the lingual layer first, because when I pull this material through, I don't want all the material going to the lingual. I need a stop, so it's got to be, I got to build a lingual layer first. So with this model, this is already etched and bonded, so I'm ready to proceed. So the way this works is I'm going to go take my OMNICHROMA, and I'm going to go ahead and insert this, and I'm going to put a little bead of it right here. Just a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is make a little sausage out of it. Just take a finger, and make a little sausage like that. Then I'm going to take my IPC instrument and pick that up like so. Bring it over to, and I'm going to freehand this. So I'm going to bring it over to my patient. This is bonded. So I'm going to go ahead and freehand a palatal layer on this typodont, like so. Then I'm going to take my multi-use instrument. That's this gold instrument. It's got little round ends to it, and I'm going to adapt it to my tooth. And I'm going to use this to adapt it really well into this lingual area. And it's going to touch the adjacent tooth. It's okay, because that tooth, as long as I don't bond and etch it, it's not going to stick together. And then I'll go take my IPC long and just refine it a little bit, and you'll notice how nice OMNICHROMA handles. You could virtually sculpt this. There's no slumping, anything like that. And then I'm going to remove the excess there. And then I'm going to take a #1 brush with some modeling resin, and we're going to go ahead and adapt that really well, this palatal shell here. There's no instrument that can adapt resin as well as a brush. And I'm going to really refine that lingual contour, because I can do that, and there's just less work for me later. Okay. Right, so now I've got the lingual. I'm going to go ahead and light it. We're going to polymerize that. Okay, now sometimes this will be connected, but it really isn't. And the way we get around that is I take my spoon here. This is from the Gold Grip Aesthetic Contouring Instrument. And you just put it here and let my patient know. I said, you know, Mr. Jones, you're going to feel me put a little pressure here, and you may hear a little click, and just let them know. And all I need to do is torque this a little bit. You can hear that, and that will open the contact up, and it won't be a problem. Next thing I do is I go ahead and get a little piece of Mylar, about 1 inch or 2 right there, and I go ahead and insert it into the diastema. And you could torque that open to insert it to make things easier, and you should be able to insert it. It's very tight, that contact. All right, then the next thing, just take my OMNICHROMA again, just pure OMNICHROMA. You don't need blocker for this, and I'm just going to apply it to the facial, and then I'm going to adapt it to the tooth. You could use the multi-use instrument. And then I'm going to do the pull-through technique. So I'm going to bend this buccal piece like that, and I'm going to pull through to the lingual, keeping that 90-degree angle there. Okay? So you got something like that now. So now what I'm going to do is, this is unpolymerized, so I'm going to refine that. This material is very nice, as you can see. It's very sculptable. And what I would like you to notice, look at that. That diastema has virtually disappeared already. I haven't even finished it yet. Then I go ahead and take my brush with some modeling resin. And look at how I'm adapting that. And these restorations, in my experience, once you do it with this workflow, these will last well over a decade, because this is not even in a occlusion type of area. And basically, it's a very systematic and a very conservative way to manage diastemas there. And I'm going to go ahead and polymerize that. And then I can come back and just basically, since there's a little pericomata on this tooth, I'm going to go ahead and use a disc. And you'll notice the only thing I touch a tooth with after the final layer are discs only. Okay, there's no burrs or anything involved. That's the first thing I do for all my restorations. Discs only. Because this will help me develop any line angles, any correction in line angles that I may need. 90 micron rubber point. These are contour coarse anatomy trimmers. And just go ahead and just smooth it out. You will never see the margin. Have a wet gauze to remove the powder. And then what I will do is take the ASAP. This is the purple 45 micron ASAP. Just smooth that out, refine it a little bit. And then what I'll do is I'll take the 6 micron ASAP and smooth it out a little bit more. And since there's a little pericomata on the adjacent tooth, let's be true and add a little bit back. This is a Brasseler or any fine diamond flame-shaped burr. And then we'll go ahead and just make that a little subtle with a 6 micron, because we want that to look very realistic. And then we will use a cotton wheel with a little bit of enamelize. There's the cotton wheel, here's the enamelize, and this will bring out the magic polish here. So I'm just going to put a little bit on my hand, finger, and just go like that, dry, and run it a few times. And that diastema has disappeared, and that contact is tight. And I'll demonstrate. I'll prove it here because I can't even get Mylar in here probably right now. So in order to get it in, I just open that up, and you can see how tight that contact is. And this is, I just torque the teeth open a little bit, and you can see how tight. I can lift the whole Typodont here. That's a tight contact, and it's disappeared. All right, thank you very much.